It's a grudge match for the UFC welterweight title as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Kamaru Usman, will once again be locked in a cage against his arch-nemesis Colby Covington. The last time these two met, it was an absolute war that saw Usman finish Covington by breaking his jaw in the 5th round. The bad blood between these two is still scorching hot, and they will meet again in the main event of UFC 268 at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. Let's break it down. This is By the Numbers. In their first meeting, Usman landed 175 significant strikes, an average of just under 35 strikes per round. That's more than he's ever landed in a single fight. But he also absorbed 143 strikes from Covington. That's more than twice as many as the 66 strikes landed by Jorge Masvidal, who is second on the list of most strikes landed against Usman. Interestingly enough, although he lost, Covington outlanded Usman in 3 of the 4 rounds before being stopped in the final round. If nothing else, no fighter has pushed Usman to the limit like Covington did, as evidenced by their combined 755 significant strikes attempted, another welterweight record. This should come as no surprise. Although Covington is known for his wrestling, he does hold the welterweight division's record for significant strikes attempted at 515. And significant strikes landed with 179, both against Robbie Lawler. But Usman is 4th all-time with 175 significant strikes landed against Colby Covington. Usman also is the welterweight division's all-time leader in significant clinch strikes landed in a fight with 78, body strikes landed in a fight with 83, and total strikes landed in a fight with 336, all against Tyron Woodley. He's also the welterweight all-time leader in total clinch strikes landed with 190 and leg strikes landed with 93 against Jorge Masvidal. So much for being just a wrestler, right? To take it a step further, before they first met, neither was recognized as much of a knockout artist. But Covington has clearly turned Usman into a bloodthirsty monster in pursuit of scalps. After having only 2 finishes in his first 10 UFC fights, a 20% finish rate, Usman has now knocked out 3 of his last 4 opponents, a 75% finish rate. And that all started with Covington, who had never been knocked out before facing the Nigerian Nightmare. Covington has never been known as a finisher, but in 13 UFC fights, he does have 5 finishes, which is interestingly enough tied with Usman. But most of those came early in Covington's UFC career. 4 of his first 5 UFC wins were all by knockout or submission, an 80% clip. Since then, he only has 1 finish in his last 6 fights, a 17% finish rate. But Covington is recognized for his remarkable cardio and impressive wrestling. He is currently tied for 2nd all-time in the welterweight division for takedowns landed at 61, an average of 4.61 takedowns per fight. Unfortunately, he's having a rematch with a man who has a 100% takedown defense rate. Yes, Kamaru Usman has never been taken down in his UFC career. 14 fights, and nobody's been able to put him on his back. And that includes Colby Covington. Nevertheless, Covington promises to give Usman all he can handle and has a chance to disrupt a history-making run. Usman is currently chasing the ghost of George St. Pierre's welterweight dominance. He's currently 3rd all-time in welterweight title victories at 5. With a victory over Covington, he'll only be halfway to GSP's record of 12. But then there's Usman's 14 consecutive victories, which is the 2nd longest winning streak in UFC history, behind only Anderson Silva, who had 16 consecutive wins. The welterweight title may be on the line, but this is much bigger than that. This is Usman's pursuit of greatness and Covington's quest for revenge. And only one will see their prophecy fulfilled at UFC 268.